Hello all you shining stars, and welcome to my channel Shining Star Soup. In today's What's a Soup Saturday, it's going to be a very special video, probably a very long video, because I kind of, I bought something that I was sitting on the fence for a long time about, and this was not easy to come by, and the reason why it wasn't easy to come by was because I ordered it online at the beginning of June, and I ended up getting, well, I'll just let you know what it is, because obviously if you saw the title and the screenshot, the screen little caption, I don't even know what you call it, the little video icon, you know what I'm going to be explaining today. This is the actual fragrance discovery kit by Shoppers Drug Mart. Alright, now this was, like I said, not an easy task. This sells out quite quickly. I ordered it online during a bonus redemption event. I ended up getting a bonus 60,000 points. I did spend $150. This is $90 at Shoppers Drug Mart. And they ended up, about a couple days later, after I put in my order, they ended up canceling. I guess it was out of stock, but it still let me add it to the cart and pay for it. So I ended up not getting it. And I tried to get it later, and it was out of stock, but they did end up allowing me to keep my points, which was fair considering that they let me add to the cart. It was a website error, and they couldn't send it to me, right? I ended up going to, I have two different Shoppers Drug Marts in my city. I ended up going to the one that only had the deluxe edition available. Now the deluxe, I believe, is 10 or 8 or 10, and you get little sample bottles, $105. I'm not going to go too much into that because I actually did a What's the Soup Saturday on it, just explaining about what the value and the notes and everything were regarding the fragrances. But this one, I ended up going into another city, nearby city, to try to get the deluxe version, and they said no, we don't have it. It's sold out everywhere. It's out of stock everywhere. I ended up going to a different one in my city, and they had this one, the regular $90 one, and I was like, well, there is 12 different fragrances to try in this one. You get to try them, and then you get to choose your favorite one, and then you get to take that little card right there into the shoppers. So you can't, it makes sense, you can't redeem it online. You have to go into the store, get the bottle, give them the card, that kind of thing. Now my husband didn't understand why I wanted to get to these. The reason why, and hopefully, I mean, if you're interested in this, hopefully there's Shoppers Drug Mart near your in your city or close to your city within driving distance is might have some still. I think I lucked out. The one that I went to still had 5, so I ended up getting one of the 5, but I would not be surprised if, you know, come Christmas or something, these are not available. They sell out that quickly, and I believe they come up with a different one every year. Maybe it's every 2 years. I'm not 100% sure. But I do understand why they go out of stock so quickly. There are many benefits to getting this kit. One, you don't have to bug the lady at the counter to spray a strip of 12 different perfumes. I'm sure, you know, if I was that lady, I'd be getting pretty annoyed after 2. I went to Shoppers before, you know, to try out like the Angel by Nova, that perfume, and then another one, and by the time I had my second one, you know, she was trying to be professional, but I could tell she was annoyed with me, so I would not want to go back in there and be like, here, can I try that, and try that. And the thing is, another thing when you're testing in person, like, it's very hard to get perfume samples unless, you know, you're part of a website. You can get sometimes extra samples, perfume samples, if they're being offered at Sephora, kind of thing, or they don't really have like individual testers at Shoppers Drug Mart either. So this does give you an opportunity to try, but it also gives you an opportunity to take this fragrances home and see how they wear throughout the day. It's different to, you know, smell something on a piece of paper than it is to smell it on your own skin. And certain fragrances, they dry down and they smell completely different, right? What might start as a nice scent might end up drying down, and you can't really go by ratings because 150 people, for instance, might really like a certain scent, but number one, like, everybody's different, everybody's body chemistry is different. So I mean, this is the perfect way to try different fragrances on you, and you also, in the end, you get to save a bit of money. Some bottles you're saving more than others, but you're still getting to save a little bit of money on the actual perfume that you end up choosing. And if you end up liking more than one, well, then you have something to, you know, save up for, and then you know what you like. Because fragrances can be, you know, a little bit of an investment too. I've always been into more makeup and skincare, but I recently started getting into, like, fragrances. And yeah, this is just, it's a really good deal. It's a really good thing to try. So what I've done is I've broken down, you'll see my little stars. I used a website, www.fragrantica, right there. I'll just put my little stars there. Now this website is really good for finding out what a scent smells like. But again, there are a lot of different scents. Like, fragrances are so layered. It's kind of overwhelming because you might like the smell of vanilla, but to find a perfume that just smells like vanilla is very rare. You know, they have the amber thrown in, or they have sandalwood thrown in, right? And then there's woody scents and gourmand scents and floral and fruity, and yeah. So I kind of really like this just because it offers so much. I'm also going to go over what is the best value, like what is like the most expensive one in this list. I have compared the prices to Sephora, what I could find on Sephora. And I do have to note that most of these perfumes are the same price at Shoppers as is at Sephora, with the exception of one. One is a bit more on Sephora by like $2, and then there were a couple that aren't even carried by Sephora Canada at all. And I just wanted to do the comparison because I personally shop at Sephora more than I shop at Shoppers. But I'm kind of, and if you hear that laughing, it's my husband in the background, I'm kind of like, I'm thinking maybe I should be shopping more at Shoppers, just because Shoppers Drug Mart is offering more of the same items and the same brands and the same fragrances as Sephora is now. And their point system and benefits are much better, hands down. Like, once in a while Sephora will have their points events, or, you know, they'll have some good sales, but I've seen better sales at Shoppers, and I got an extra 40,000 points from getting just this one, an extra 40,000 points, which works out to an extra $40 that I could use at Shoppers Drug Mart, and it's no different than Sephora points, where you can only use those points at Sephora. But those points, I mean, they go by dollar amount. They changed the point system. So this costs $99, which means you'd only get 99 points at Sephora, and you need 500 points just to get $10 off. Here, you know, I bought this one for $99. I got $40 in points. I have an extra $40 to spend at Joe Fresh or PC. It's not just Joe Fresh and Shoppers. You can use the PC points to do other things. Alright, so I've wrapped on for 10 minutes. Now we're going to get into, I've went over the reasons to buy it. And we're going to, you'll see my little stars. I'm going to go through each scent individually. I'm not going to actually smell them. This is not like what I'm going to end up choosing. I might make another What's the Soup Saturday video on what I'm going to be choosing. This is just breaking it down and then giving what value is. So I haven't opened this yet, so let's do that. I'm going to have a sore throat by the time I'm even done the video. I did warn you that it's going to be a long video. We're already at 10 minutes. Okay. Let's get into this thing. What to expect. Alright, yeah. And I'll probably put the timestamp down below. Alright. So it comes like this. There's a better view. Perfect. A little up there in the background. Open it up. It's a cute package. Alright. Okay. Oh! So this little card right here, when you open it up, it lists all the perfumes there. Alright, and then you check a box as to which one you are trading it for. Well, that's actually interesting. Okay. They have a code for the cosmetician to put in. And that little card, it's a maximum value of $123. So looking at my list right here that I made, there is one perfume that's $123. So yeah, it's a free maximum of $123. So you can only get what's in this list because it's very, you know, offer valid with original voucher only. Certificate cannot be redeemed for any fragrance not in this selection. Alright. So the reason why the lady did bring up at Shoppers Drug Mart that to make sure you redeem this within a year, because next year that $123 perfume might be $125. This only offers $123, so you end up paying an extra $2. Not really a huge deal, but still good to know. So I'm just going to set this aside and keep it in a safe place, because I don't want to lose that, because I'd be really pissed off. Alright. This comes with a personal fragrance selector. Okay. This is interesting. Oh, well, this is neat. It says turn the wheel clockwise by 1 to go to question. It's like it's asking you what image fits your mood and what are you wearing. You're okay. So it goes through these questions. It tells you to turn the wheel. If you could travel, where would you go? And then I don't know how good you can see it. It has a little wheel, and it's kind of giving you. Well, that's actually kind of cool. It's giving you little things. Oh, and it always. There are some tips here. Now this is kind of awesome. I wasn't expecting this. Always test a fragrance directly on your skin. The scent will customize itself to your own chemistry and with time. Hence why this little sample kit is a good idea, because then you get to try it. And am I going to have to yell at my husband and tell him to turn the volume down in the back? Alright, try. And the tip is, there's another tip, sample 1 or 2 fragrances at a time. Any more than that, the scents blend together and your nose won't be able to distinguish them. Hold that thought. Just trying to see if he's going to turn the volume down. Okay. And then try smelling coffee beans between each fragrance to cleanse your palate. And it goes through body temperatures, lower jaw, neck, shoulder, chest, elbow, forearm, and wrist is the place where you put your perfumes. So this is where I'm reading from. So that's kind of neat. So the samples, it does look like there is at least one sample that's only about half a bottle. I'm not gonna, nice velvet packaging. I'm not actually going to take the samples out, but I will show you before I walk through what each scent is. So this is what it comes in. Now there are mostly clear bottles, but there are some bottles that aren't opaque. So hopefully everyone is full enough that you could actually, you know, smell it. So that's nice. I'm not going to go into the actual scents right now. I'm, however, going to close this, and then we were going to go through the breaking down of the scents and the prices, and I'm also going to do what the value is, what would be the most bang for your buck compared to what isn't. Alright. So I might do little pictures. I probably do little pictures of what the full size of the bottle looks like, so I can do that in editing. Alright, so the first one we have is, and I'm not going to, the ones that I can't easily pronounce, I will just do little stars. Again, I get really uncomfortable trying to pronounce things that I know I'm butchering. Alright, the first one is Narciso Rodriguez, right there. Now this is the only one that I found that was a little bit more expensive on the Sephora website than it was on the Shoppers website. So you can trade this in for 50 ml, and the 50 ml is $102 at Sephora and $100 at Shoppers Drug Mart. Now this one is described as a floral woody musk, with the top notes being African orange. I'm going to be doing a lot of time in editing. Osmanthus, bergamot. Middle notes are musk and amber. Base notes are those ones. Alright, so a firewoody musk. Alright. Next one is the Lancome La Vie est Belle. Now, in this one is the smallest one. You only get to choose a 30 ml bottle, and this one retails for $97 both at Sephora and Shoppers Drug Mart. And this one is described as a floral fruity gourmand, with the top notes being blackcurrant, pear, middle notes Irish jasmine, orange blossom, base notes praline, vanilla, patchouli, blah 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 blah. So there. To me, like, just the initial reading what the description is as far as the notes, sounds like it would be pleasant to me, but we'll find out. Alright, the next one is the Versace Bright Crystal, 50 ml bottle, $97 at Shoppers and Sephora, and this one is a floral fruity fragrance, with top notes being these ones, middle notes, and base notes. I don't know how I feel about floral fruity. Personally, I'm more of the gourmand or the sweet smells, but we'll see. Obviously, I haven't dived into those yet. Alright, next one is, and this one is actually the most expensive one, but I'll be listing that towards the end of the video. Valentino Born in Roma Donna, 50 mils, retails for $123 at both Sephora and Shoppers, and this one is described as an amber floral fragrance, with the top notes being blackcurrant, pink pepper. I really like the smell of pink pepper, bergamot, middle notes jasmine, more jasmine, jasmine tea, bourbon, vanilla, cashmere, and wood. So amber floral. I mean, it sounds like it'd be nice. The next one is Burberry Her. That was another 50 ml bottle that you'd get. Retails at both Shoppers and Sephora for $117. And that one is another, it's a floral fruity gourmand. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, gourmand. With top notes being, well, definitely fruity. Strawberry, raspberry, blackberry. Doesn't sound too bad. Middle notes, violet and jasmine. Base notes, musk, vanilla, oak moss, woody, right there. That's why I do my stars in editing. Alright, next one is Marc Jacobs Perfect. You get 50 ml bottle, $115, both at Sephora and Shoppers. This one is described as new. This was the one on Fragrantica where it didn't have a specific, oh, this is a floral woody or this is a floral fruity. It just said new. It didn't say like if it was floral, if it was amber or anything like that, just new. With the top notes down there, middle notes, base notes. It doesn't really sound that exciting to me, but who knows how it smells. Well, I'll find out. Another one was, the next one is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, 50 mils, both $99 at Sephora and Shoppers. And that one is described as floral fruity fragrance. Those are the top notes and the middle notes and the base notes down there with my stars. Alright. Next one is John Paul right there. So Scandal, 50 mils. That's what you get, $100 at Shoppers. Now this is not carried by Sephora at all. It's one of the perfumes that brands not even at Sephora in the slightest, and this is described as a floral fruity fragrance. And this one, however, it didn't break down the notes. It just listed these. It didn't say what was middle, it didn't say what was top, it didn't say what was base, it just said those notes. That was it. Next one is Gavici Irresistible, 50 mils, retails for $121, both at Sephora and Shoppers. And that's described as a floral fruity, with the top notes, middle notes, and base notes being right there. Next one was Juicy Contour Vively Juicily Bubbly, 50 mils, $95 at Shoppers. This one is another one that was not carried by Sephora Canada. This is another floral fruity gourmet fragrance with the top notes, the middle notes, and the base notes. That one sounds like it would probably smell really good. Alright, two more. This one is very infamous. I mean, this is what I mean by, you know, 125 people or 1,000 people might like it, and then you might end up not liking it. You might wonder what the heck's wrong with me that so many people like this scent and I don't. The Saint Laurent Black Opium, very popular fragrance, is, and I think that's a reason why probably like 9 out of 10 people actually buy this kit, because the Opium is one of the fragrances offered. I can guarantee that. It's just so hyped up, and it's such a cult favorite and has such a following, and people recognize it. You look at the friggin' case and you know, hey, there's that perfume. That one is 50 mils, $120 at Sephora and Shoppers. And this one is described as an amber vanilla fragrance, with the top notes being that, the middle notes being that, and the base notes being that. I mean, that's kind of the reason why I wanted the kit too, because Opium is so friggin' hyped. And the last one is the Calvin Klein Eternity Eau Fresh for Her, 100 ml. This one is only at Shoppers. It's not carried by Sephora at all. I don't even think Sephora carries Calvin Klein, at least not for Canada. And $106 for the 100 ml. And this one is a floral aquatic fragrance, right? With top notes being that, middle notes being that, and base notes being that. So the majority of this kit is floral fruity gourmet. There are two ones that are amber floral, and then another one that's floral fruity. So I'm really excited to actually get into these and give them a fair shot. You know, I could do 12 days of fragrance samples. Which one did I end up liking? Maybe I will do that video for What's Soup Saturday down the road. Alright, now the moment I personally been waiting for, where I break down what was the best value and the lowest value. I mean, it's a good value, like for all the reasons that I listed. Reasons being able to test to see how things wear, to, you know, you might end up liking 2 or 3 or 4. You know, it's a great little kit, and if you can find it, definitely pick it up. We're gonna start with the best value. So I have this kit comes with 12. And let me do my quick math. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 have a value of over $100, while 4 have a value of under $100. But you still are getting, you're still getting a little bit of value even with the lowest valued one. And you'll see why at the end. Alright, so coming in at number 1, keep in mind that this kit costs you $90. Number 1 is the Valentino, born in Ramadan, which is $123. Then you have the Irresistible, $121. Then you have the Black Opium, $120. The Burberry Her for $117. The Marc Jacobs Perfect for $115. The John Paul for $108. The Nordisco for $100. The Calvin Klein for, I need to switch that around. I can math. Okay, the Calvin Klein is 106 and Nordisco's 100. Alright, so these are the ones right here that you'll see here. I might have split it up into 2, are your best value ones, the ones that are over $100. You're saving $23, but if you end up liking the Born in Ramadan, I do recommend that you go for what you enjoy the most. Don't pick one just because you're getting the most value. I mean, yeah, that's kind of silly in my personal opinion. Now for the lowest one, the lowest 4, we have the Dolce and Gabbana at $99, the Lancome at $97, the Versace at $97, and the Viva coming in at $95. So you're still saving, or whatever word you prefer to use, $5 at the bare minimum, and the most is $33. Again, that was this kit right here, the Fragrance Discovery Kit. Alright, so I've talked on and on and on for about a half an hour, and I do think I'm going to do a What's the Soup Saturday where you can discover the scents with me. Alright, I hope all you shining stars have a shining star day, and keep being shining stars even if I'm not around as often to remind you. Bye guys, and thanks for watching. And if you stay for the whole thing, thanks twice.